Hey guys, what's up? Lewis here. How you guys doing? So I just wanted to do a quick little video here to show you some of the really cool features that I saw on the Photoshop beta that just came out. And it's a really cool one because it uses supposedly some AI technology to remove stuff from photos. So what best photos to try out than the ones at Disney World? So let's go ahead inside to the computer and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, and we'll tinker with that tool to see how we can see how good it really is. Now, the easiest way to install the beta software is actually open up your Creative Cloud desktop. Here on the left side, you'll see you have the categories, your photo, the graphic design. Go to beta apps, and you'll find right there in the top the options under desktop apps that you can install. In this case, I've already installed Photoshop beta, and this is available to all the people who subscribe to the Creative Cloud. So you can go ahead and install it, and it will install it side by side. So you can open it if you want to individually, and you can also open up the regular Photoshop if you want. Okay, so I've gone ahead and opened up a couple photos here on the Photoshop beta, and the way that you get Photoshop beta to work with Lightroom is actually you open up Photoshop beta, leave it open, and then from Lightroom, every time you select that you want to work in Photoshop, it'll automatically detect that it's running and open up your photos here. So you don't have to go inside in Lightroom and select which is the Photoshop version. Actually, there is no way to select which Photoshop version you want to use in Lightroom, so just for you to know. Okay, so the first photo here that we got is actually one from the Festival of Fantasy, and you see you got this person here walking in front. Now, we're going to go ahead and try and remove that. What we're going to do, we're actually going to create a new layer by clicking down here, so that way the changes that it's going to do are going to show up on that layer and they don't affect the original photo, unless you want to go ahead and do those changes on the original photo, but this will allow us to go back and forth if we want to. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is enable that feature, which obviously it's only available currently in the beta, and you'll see it here under the healing tool. And if you right click on that, you'll see a couple of options, and there's a new tool called here remove tool. We're going to go ahead and click that, and what it's going to do, it's going to give us like a paintbrush, and you can obviously make this bigger or smaller using the brackets. And I'm going to go ahead and just paint right over the person, and it's like a purplish color, it's not red or like the other ones, and you can see it's somewhat transparent. And once I got everything selected, I just let go of the mouse, and it's going to go ahead and try to do its best. You may get messages that your computer's not, the hardware isn't compatible or something like that, which is what I get. But it still lets you to go forward and test stuff, but you may notice it'll take longer than normal. And here we go, guys. Look at this. Look how awesome this looks. This is sick. The line of the float looks perfect. The dresses look perfect. Unless I tell you that I edited and removed somebody here, you would never know. So this artifacts here, it doesn't look bad at all. You just don't look at it because you're looking at the photo, but that's awesome. And then the cool thing, since you're using a layer, you can always turn this layer on and off, and you can see the changes that you've done. That's pretty slick. Okay, that's pretty cool. Mrs. Incredible literally photobombed me. Now, I wouldn't mind the photo. It's great, but again, she's a little bit out of focus, so I'm going to remove her anyway. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to open up another layer here so our changes are not affected on the other one. Let's go ahead and make this selection a little bigger. Now, of course, there's certain things it can do and certain things it can't do. Like, for example, here, I'm sure when it comes to the pattern there on that box that's right behind it, it's going to try to do its best, but it cannot make up something that it can't compute for somewhere else. Okay, so let's go ahead and try, see what happens with Mrs. Incredible. She's now Mrs. Gone. Look at that. Okay, I got no words. Now we're going to go ahead and zoom in here a little more, and we're going to make this a little smaller. And here's the cool thing that I like. It's going to actually, let's see if it fixes the lines. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go this line here all the way to the bottom, and let's see if it fixes it. Good enough for me. I'm sorry, that's pretty cool. Let's see what happens if we do the bottom line here. Okay, well, that's, again, this is experimental tool, but it's still looking awesome. So here we can come in eventually with our cloning tool, and we can copy some of the other stuff here. Not a biggie. But guys, this is sick. Just the fact that I removed the whole person from the front, and it built the whole bottom part here, the edge, everything. It's pretty good. And again, this is using the beta software for Photoshop, so make sure you check it out. Okay, so now you know. Pretty sick, right? Okay, so that's it for this video of the Photoshop beta thing here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't followed this account already, this is my photography account. There is another account that I do with my wife where we do stuff around Central Florida, but I just wanted to put this account separate just for photos and fun stuff and you know, all photography related nonsense. So until then guys, stay awesome. See ya. Bye.